So as you might know by now, Cheryl Weber and I have made either the bravest decision or the worst decision of our lives by deciding to lose weight on television. And we have a team of experts who are determined to help us on this journey to health and well-being. One of those people is no stranger to you at home, Dr. Mary Lynn, psychologist, author, and our life coach. Dr. Mary is going to help us get psychologically and spiritually fit as we aspire for over these next 4 months to be healthy and whole. Welcome, Dr. Mary.
Thank you.
We were just saying, this is our first official
Exactly.
meeting.
And then you have to spill your guts in front of the
Spill
camera.
all my guts to my life coach. So, Dr. Mary, tell us first of all why it's important to have a life coach when you're on this journey to be healthy and whole. It's not just about the body, it's about the mind.
Right, and our emotions.
Yeah.
Eating has such a strong link to our emotions and to the way we think about things. So it's good to know how to eat right, how to exercise. That's all really important. And portion control and all those important things you're going to be learning.
Right.
But if we don't understand why we eat and why we behave the way we do and the things that trigger us, then we're going to fall into these old patterns time and time again. And that's often the root of why women struggle with, diet, lose weight, gain weight, back on the wagon, on and on and on, because they don't necessarily understand the underlying reasons why they have the problem.
Deal with
eating.
the root of the issue.
Exactly.
So what are some of the questions that I need to be thinking about? Because you're really going to be interviewing me now.
I know, this is so fun. I love it. I love it. Well, I think it's important, and I hope that the women who are watching are also going to do the same thing, is to really try to take a look at some of the things that have shaped the way I think about food, weight loss. So if I could get you to tell us a little bit of your history of your journey since you were a child in terms of weight loss, weight gain, that would really kind of help you to think through, okay, what happened maybe early on that might have started some patterns for me.
It's funny because when I think about my childhood, I think about always kind of struggling through my weight and thinking I was pudgier and, getting comments that, oh, you've gained a little bit of weight. And it's funny because I've been looking back at some old pictures and I look at myself and I'm thinking I was really skinny, but it was all about perception. It was all about what I was hearing from external forces. And so, yeah, it kind of really messed with my mind, I think. I don't think I enjoyed myself as much because I was always thinking that I needed to lose a little extra weight. I think probably as young as maybe 13 or so. Yeah, just always feeling, I remember one day watching Oprah.
Of course.
With my mom.
The queen of weight loss.
Exactly. And she'd lost all this weight and I was determined I'm going to go out jogging all summer long. I'm just going to jog. I'm just going to jog. And just that's one of the distinct memories I have of just wanting to look a certain way. It was always about, I think, a lot to do with vanity. I don't think it had to do with health as much.
Yes.
But it had to do with wanting to look a certain way.
Right. And I think vanity gets a little bit of a negative connotation to it. But really, if you think about it, we are wired to want to fit in, to be accepted, to have people's approval. We want to just belong. And if the world is telling us that to belong means to be thin, then early on we get this message that obviously the way we look, i.e. vanity, is really, really key. And because our appearance is so visible and people comment on it so readily, from the point of saying, oh, well, your hair is kind of like sticking out there, or you got a zit popped out of your face, whatever it might be.
Or if people say, you look great, you equate it with, oh, I look skinny today.
Exactly. Or people will say, you look like you've lost weight. You look great. Okay, I got to keep losing weight because I look great. So it's often about the appearance. And to be honest, I watch my weight because of vanity too. I mean, there's a health component, but really deep down, if I were to be honest with myself, there's a vanity piece.
So it's not totally bad, is that what you're saying?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, okay.
But I think if you have a healthy view of what beauty is, and you recognize some of that false thinking or negative self-talk that happens that combats that healthy view, then that's really important. So a healthy view of beauty isn't that you're a stick-thin model like in your appearance, because that's not actually natural for most of us. And it's also recognizing what makes your body beautiful and really being able to embrace that.
And so it's reminding myself time and time again, because I mean, after years of believing that, it's going to take some time
Absolutely.
to see me for who I am and appreciate that and be realistic.
That's right. So for the next few months, we're going to be tracking actually your thoughts and your emotions, and out of that, your behaviors. And as you start to make the link, you'll be able to go, I was thinking this, or I was feeling that, and therefore I did this, and how can I change that?
So does that mean doing a journal, writing a journal?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You can have a little bit of homework.
Okay.
But I'll keep it, because I know you're a very, very busy mom and wife and working and all of that. So, but it's just more tracking and being aware. It's that awareness piece that's really key. So, you know, other things to think about, and you can think about it over the next few weeks, is if I think through my childhood, you know, what are my experiences that have impacted my body image, my sense of self, you know, what kind of models did I have around eating and weight loss, and kind of think through that.
Yeah.
That would be really important.
Okay. And how about the spiritual factor? I mean, that's also important, right? Spending time with God, getting Him a part of this whole process as well.
That is huge. That is huge, because if you can be really centered in how God sees you, and your sense of worth in His eyes, then it becomes less relevant on all the other pieces. And it's that constant reminder that God thinks you're pretty beautiful. I mean, He created you, and He thought, well done, when He was done. And if that can be sort of what grounds you. And also when you have moments of distress, I mean, eating, I will just say, is often a coping mechanism for many people. So when they don't feel well, or they're feeling sad, or they're angry, or they're stressed out, often they'll run to food.
Yeah.
But if you could actually run to God instead, and just spend some time quieting yourself before Him, listening to praise music, just something that kind of re-grounds you, re-centers you, then the temptation to eat can very well go away, because you're already feeling soothed. It's sort of a self-soothing thing that we often do.
Yeah. I also find that I tend to eat more when I'm bored. Is that normal to do that? Because I mean, I don't. I know some people will eat when they're stressed or things like that, but usually if I have nothing to do, I'll find my way to, you know, the chips and the snacks and all of that.
Well, you bring up an interesting point, because now we're talking about brain chemistry here.
Okay.
So they have found that just like addictions to drug, sugar, or food can also trigger that pleasure center in our brain. So boredom is sometimes when you're feeling kind of flat in your emotions, and having food will actually trigger and release some hormones that make you feel happy for the time. And then of course then the thoughts, oh shoot, I shouldn't have eaten that, I feel guilty, I feel bad, and you beat yourself up, and that kind of negates all those good feelings, which then sometimes makes you feel bad, so then you go back to eat some more because you try to make yourself feel better.
Right?
It's
like you've been in my life all
yeah, well, this is the story of my life too. Hello.
Okay, so there are all of these things that we have to work through. Any other last?
So the last thing I want you to think about is, you know, and be as specific as you can, and that's where you have to be honest with yourself. Is what eating behaviors do you know are not healthy for yourself and you want to change? Because most of us have read enough, heard enough, and we know we're supposed to eat a balanced diet, we're supposed to exercise and all those things. You know all that. So what is it that's preventing you from doing that? And if you can really sort of think through that and actually journal it out, then you can kind of call a spade that this is really what's going on. So if you can spend, and maybe even just give some thought to it right now. So what would be some behaviors or things?
I would say it's the snacking. So that like 3 o'clock is my time when all of a
3
sudden.
3 a.m. or 3 p.m.?
No, 3 p.m.
3 a.m. would be bad.
That would be a whole other issue. You need to be here a lot longer for that one, Mary. 3 p.m. It's always around that time. I get munchy, you know, I peckish.
Blood sugar is probably low, energy might be low, the hormones in your brain might be low as well. So you need that pick-me-up.
Okay. All right. Well, these are all good tips. I am very excited.
I am too.
A little afraid about this journey, but I'm so glad that you're on it with us.
Well, thanks for inviting me. I think this is going to be awesome.
Yeah, and I hope you at home join us on this journey. Again, you can go to Crossroads 360, and we have all of our information there. We have our blogs. Dr. Mary's going to be blogging, so we're really excited. We want you to join us on this. Moms at home. Cheryl's a single woman, career woman as well. So come on, join us on this healthy journey as we aspire to just lose weight, be a lot more confident about ourselves, and look forward to this next 4 months.
Me too.
Thanks again.
Thank you.